Unmuted. Forgetting something. Okay. Hey, what's up, everyone?
What's up, folks? We're back at it again.
Yeah, episode 15.
15. 1-5.
And it's 4th of July. So.
Oh, yeah. Happy 4th of July.
I think it's going to be kind of redundant to have this open.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, forgot to find a new... Sober? Yeah, pretty much. Except for I'm a little hungover, so I'm doing a little bit of hair of the dog right now. That's basically it, so...
Yeah, I'm sober, for sure.
Wanted to loosen up for the podcast a little bit, so...
Most of the times I am sober.
Yeah, it's usually just me.
That last podcast was a rarity. But, welcome back, guys.
And you too, man, Brandon.
Yeah, welcome back, dude. Glad to see you made it back again. And, for all the people that are new watching this or watching it later, this is the podcast where we talk about... Oh God, what do we talk about? Stuff. Relationships, art, stuff, exactly. Science, music, cool shit, controversial shit, viral shit, contagious shit, pretty much. But yeah, good stuff. Glad that you guys are here. Danny's got a few places that you guys can find us and subscribe to.
Yeah, all right, cool. Listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and then we do our live streams on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch every Wednesday and Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There
you have it. We also have a guest. We haven't put the post up yet, but we got a guest here on the 15th of July.
We should be doing that 15th. Yeah, I should probably make an advertisement post for that.
So yeah, we'll bring that up, and we're pretty excited because this guy is a good friend, and he's got a sharp mind, and he brings a lot of intellect to the conversation. So I'm interested to see where he'll take us and where we can, what kind of things we can talk about, really.
Mm-hmm.
To answer your question, I am not married. I'm actually a single dad. What about you?
Yeah, we're single as fuck over here.
And I actually enjoy that. I mean, I love women and I love companionship, but I'm definitely picky about who I bring into my life and what kind of drama I bring into my life as well. So I'm pretty content. I like the way my life is right now. It would be nice to have a cool teammate and a companion, but man, it's hard to find that solid individual.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I want the companionship, but honestly, I'm a hard person to deal with. So I'm just gonna, call the bar red. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I think. Why do you think you're a hard person to deal with, in your opinion?
I just have a weird personality. I go through periods of wanting to socialize a lot, and then periods of wanting to be left completely alone. And so I have my ups and downs all the time, and it's hard for my girlfriends to deal with because I feel like they're always why are you acting weird? I'm like, it's not you, it's just I'm fucking
it's not you, it's me.
It literally is just me though. I'm just fucked
cliche
up.
As fuck.
It's cliche, but it's totally true. They always think that I'm upset with them or something, and I'm like,
is that a line you use when you break up with chicks? It's not you, it's me. Tell me you have.
Yeah. Dude, because it has been me though. That's the fucked up part. So
well, I'm glad we can laugh about it. I think that for me, it's I think a lot of the times why I am hard to deal with is because I also think I'm a hard person to deal with, but I think it's because I have high standards.
Completely different type of hard to deal with.
Yeah, different type of hard to deal with.
I have low standards. I still want them to be pretty, but if they just want to be a slob laying around, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I don't really care what you're doing in your free time.
I didn't really...
I mean, I guess I do nowadays, but I mean, in the past at least, I didn't really give a shit.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have high standards for hot girls, very attractive girls. I mean, try to be realistic and, you can be, you can be decent looking and have a mom bod or whatever, but I'm like...
Yeah, there's got to be a balance.
Yeah,
there's got to be a balance. The personality.
It's the personality I have a high standard.
And you can't go too far in one direction on either the looks or the personality. If you just have an off the wall crazy personality, you're literally crazy, probably not gonna work. And then if you're not good enough looking, I'm sorry, but it's just I gotta be attracted to you. So
that's the thing, though. I think my suspicion is in real life. on the pendulum of you got to be one or the other. You know what I mean? Have a great personality or be super attractive. The possibilities and odds of people having an equal amount of both is not real. It's hard.
Yeah, I think there is.
They're there.
I'm pretty sure it's a reverse correlation though. So the thing is, like, the more attractive you are, the less nice and of a personality you have to have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're attractive, you can make really shitty jokes and women will laugh their asses off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you, like, the way
that makes sense.
The way people react, I mean, it makes sense. If you have like a crush on a girl because she's attractive, you'll be more inclined to like lean towards the things she says than if unattractive. So
it's funny how that works, huh?
Yeah, this is
You're divorced and remarried. Is this military Brandon we were talking to?
I think, yeah, is the dude from last podcast. You're like 32, 33, right?
Yeah. You gotta remind me. We were talking to you about UFC last time, if I remember right? Okay, yeah. Welcome back, dude. Right on. The divorce shit, man. That's scary, dude. I don't wish that on anybody. You got kids with that marriage too, or did you miss that one? But yeah, divorce and and remarried. Oh, you got remarried too. Good on you, man. Sounds like you found yourself a solid individual after that, so that's good.
He just forgot to leave out that he is divorced a second time. I have full custody. Cool, man.
Good for you. Yeah, so me and you can relate a little bit on that, because I also, like I said, I'm a single dad and I have full custody as well. So yeah, and that's what holy shit, you got 5 kids? Dang, dude.
5? Man, wow.
That's a super dad position to be in right there.
I feel like that's not very common nowadays to have 5 kids anymore.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I'm one of 5 kids too.
I'm one of 7.
You're one of 7? I thought it was 6.
Well, 6 on my. So there's 6. Oh wait, one of 8. My dad has.
Your dad's side?
My dad has 3 kids, including me, and then my mom has 6 kids, including me.
Shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You're working on number 6. Attaboy.
Yeah. Good luck.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude, I don't even. I was freaking out when I had Malia at 30. You know, I had her at a late age, and
at 30.
I was like, holy shit, I'm not ready for this, you know, and I probably really wasn't, but I couldn't imagine having more than her, just one child.
Yeah, I don't really think you should have kids much later than like, you know, mid-30s maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Just 'cause you're gonna be too old when the kid's grown up and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
and you're also more at risk of dying the older you get. So like, you know,
yeah,
you get cancer at 50 and die, and your kid's like fucking 16. That's gonna suck real bad.
Yeah, you better make sure you're healthy as shit, man, and you know, you have a good diet and basically exercise and all that. Definitely want to be it's funny because the older you get, I feel like the more you appreciate the longevity of your life. And so yeah, I'm constantly thinking about what age I'm gonna die at. You know, is it gonna be in my 70s? Will I get to my 90s? Because it's crazy. I mean, a 20-year difference is a good amount of life, dude.
I know, I'm not even 30 yet, so like 28 years is a long fucking time. You know what? I don't know. I'm just worried about dying in an accident. That's like my biggest fear.
Me too. Yeah. So your first wife cheated, then ran with your daughters for a year. Damn. Then some messed up stuff happened, and you got your girls from DCFS after a 3-year court battle.
3-year court battle. Holy shit.
That's a battle, dude.
That's a long battle.
I've only had a small taste of that. The battle didn't last that long. It was probably like 4-5 months, but I couldn't imagine a 3-year court battle. That's crazy, man. Good on you for toughing it out, and I can't imagine what that fucking lawyer's bill was for 3 years as well, because I know I spent like almost $10,000 just in 5 months going to court. So, yeah, crazy, man. I could relate too on the
9 felonies. They must. I thought it was 3 strikes, you're out. Is that not a thing? They have to be like real serious. I think they have to be violent felonies for the 3-strike rule, but
probably, yeah. I don't know. I'm actually the felonies thing. I'm actually just looking into right now. And the reason for that is because I'm looking into getting my. I don't even know if I've lost my gun rights, but I'm trying to find out if I have lost my gun rights.
Do you have a felony?
I think I have a misdemeanor felony. Yeah,
I think those are different things, though, aren't they?
I have no idea.
Yeah, misdemeanors and felonies. Is there a middle ground?
It's called a misdemeanor felony. Yeah,
that's so weird. I've never even heard of that.
And I don't know where that lands on and how that plays a part in your gun rights. So I might still have gun rights. I don't know, but I'm going to find out. And if so, I'm going to find out what it takes to get my gun rights back. But that's how I'm kind of getting into the felony. I'll find out by diving into my own records, like what I have, what kind of felonies, because I don't know if I have felonies, but I might find out, I guess.
I wanted to ask you this before I forget.
Before you lose it?
Yeah, before I lose it. Are they doing fireworks shows anywhere this year, or are they all not doing that?
I think they're not. As far as I know, they're not.
Okay. The only reason I was asking, I was wondering if you're going to take Malia to see fireworks after this. Or...
I am. I'm going out to Rachel's fireworks stand.
Oh, really? Are they doing a show?
Might be. I don't know if they're doing a show, but they might go back to Rachel's house and do some stuff too. So I'm just going to go hang out and shoot off some stuff. You're more than welcome to come with us if you're feeling like socializing this evening. not a socializing day.
Nah, I mean it could be, but not during the pandemic. I don't want to go hang out with a group of people.
Yeah,
just to see pretty fireworks. I mean, I like fireworks, but not that much. I don't,
Yeah, well, it's just you, so I'm doing it for Malia and stuff. I also wouldn't mind seeing Mike and anybody else out there. I used to work for Mary for a little bit, so I know them all very well too. So I'm sure I'll see all of Mary's kids, Tammy and Teresa and Rachel and anybody else out there.
Mary passed away last year, right?
Yeah,
that's sad.
I think it was last year. Mary's really good, man. She's cool people. Like I said, she helped a lot of people out, and she specifically helped me out.
Yeah, I felt bad for Rachel. I mean, Rachel's like her only kid I actually know, I think, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely some sad stuff when, people die close to you. I definitely dread that moment, when, my parents pass away, because definitely care about them a lot, and so.
How the fuck do you, Brandon said the felonies were felony armed robbery, grand theft auto, hit and run, retail theft, child abuse, medical neglect. So, how many of those serious crimes can you rack up?
Possession of heroin at a court supervised visit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I was just gonna say before I read that last charge, I was like, this is definitely drug related. I've been around enough drug addicts and had enough drug addicts in my life to just sniff that shit out real quick. So
yeah,
as soon as you said 9 felonies, I already knew it was drug related. It's kind of weird.
Not very light. There's not very many people that rack up felonies that don't do drugs.
Isn't that crazy? I know, right? That would be weird. That person's really fucked up and got issues if that's the case. Like, you're not even on drugs and you're fucking causing cases like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sucks, man. Definitely, yeah, you didn't know she was an addict until after you were married. That sucks, dude. I can definitely relate. I mean, I can't really get into details, but how do I word it without defaming character? Basically, a certain person's certain mom in my life. Also, I didn't know she was an addict until, as a matter of fact, she wasn't, and she became an addict when we were together. And did it under my nose and all that, and I didn't really know. And then until the last couple of years, and then I tried helping her and got sucked into that shit for a couple of years, trying to just get her out of it. But that was a huge waste of time and a huge man, that just mentally fucked me up just because of the amount of energy I was putting into that, trying to help her.
Yeah.
And drug addicts will take advantage of you, as I'm sure you know. They'll just they don't care. All they care about is drugs. So yeah, man, I can relate. That shit sucks, and definitely don't envy you on that.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude, that's so fucked up. It really takes. I'm really sorry to hear that, man. You said your boyfriend blackened your daughter's face, and you can't wait till
her
he gets
boyfriend.
out.
You said your boyfriend.
Did I say that? Sorry. Her boyfriend blackened her face. She was 2. Yeah.
What the fuck? I don't get that shit.
That shit bothers me more. It really takes a lot to piss me off, and that's one of them that gets me there really quick. abusing children. That shit fucking really irritates me. It's just those people need an ass kicking and they need to be put away for a while. And then furthermore, they need some supervision if they ever get out. Like, that's just fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
People who target innocent children, it just really fucking gets under my skin. That's why I have a hard time watching the Epstein fucking documentary, dude.
Speaking of which, you hear about Ghislaine?
No, I see a couple posts about her. What's up? I didn't.
She got arrested.
Oh, no, I did see that.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah. There's not much more else to the story than that, but I just thought you'd find it interesting.
Yeah. I found that interesting. Absolutely. I'm glad. Hopefully she gets charged now. Because I mean, they got like some of the best fucking lawyers out there.
People are like, is she gonna commit suicide now? You know.
Let's almost hope so.
I heard I think someone was saying that she was saying that she's gonna name names or something. So.
Oh yeah, it could. Yeah. So let's expect her to be. So yeah, dude, don't be sorry to dump this on. Like I said.
Hey man, this is anonymous, so you can just say it.
Exactly. This should be a safe place for you to say whatever you want, man. Again, so you don't have to be sorry about that. We're here to talk about things like that, and I appreciate you, just laying it out like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's your life, and I'm very open to having conversations like this with anybody who's on the podcast. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like I said, I think it's good to have these conversations because we all have something to contribute. We all have something we can relate to, and we've all had different experiences and similar experiences. So it's good to have conversations like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you feel safe enough to really talk about that. Let's put it that way. So that's cool too.
Yeah. I'm glad we could be here because sometimes it's nice to get shit off your chest. So. Yeah,
absolutely. I feel like I just had this conversations with someone too, which is, I can't remember who it was, but they were like, dude, I haven't been able to talk to somebody like this in a while. And I was like, this is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It's a similar situation. I can't remember who it was now.
Yeah. But what you're saying is like your kids call your new wife mom. That's pretty cool. I mean, hopefully their biological mother gets help and gets better. You know what I mean? Because that's sad that she's not really their mother figure in some way or another, but sometimes you can't do anything about that. You know what I mean? I have family members that I don't really talk to. They're kind of distant and shit. They're not really in roles that they're supposed to be in, but what can you do?
Yeah, dude. Like I said, some people are just not mentally, they're not aware of their behavior, and then they're just not, I don't know, they aren't willing to improve their status as a family member either, if that makes sense.
I mean, I'm not really calling people out because I'm kind of a shitty family member at times, so it's what it is.
Yeah.
I've been trying a little bit more this year though, but this pandemic's really put a damper on that one.
A damper. But yeah.
Oh, so do you have something?
No, I was gonna.
Let's do it.
So we got some new wall swag we wanted to put up.
Some wall swag. It's Ben's art.
Yeah, it's the virus logo. I don't know if you guys can see that very well on the screen.
You'll be able to see it better on the piece that we have.
Yeah, so we got a canvas made of this. So what we're gonna do? Danny had a great idea that we just plus we ran out of time as we were approaching this. So he had an idea to just do it on the podcast. So what we'll do is kind of christen this bitch up right out here on the show. Hopefully I got everything I need here. Might take a second, but bear with us. Let me we'll put it up right now and see how it looks. You guys give us the
Yeah, we probably just turn this off, huh?
Yeah, you can do that.
Because
I'm sad though. This is my daughter's first painting.
Abstract, it's very cool.
Abstract art is my first painting, and that's the significance of those.
Is that your first one?
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, we'll just have to hang them up somewhere else,
So yeah, I'm gonna hang them up somewhere else, but hopefully she doesn't think.
Put them in like the living room or something. There's no room in there?
Yeah, I could do that.
That'd be cool. Living room could use some art.
Replace those.
You're like thoroughly mounting it with screws?
Yeah, well, I think that's the only way, right?
Is that how you have everything else mounted?
I think so. Let me use that chair actually.
Okay.
See if I can fall on live stream.
That's like, what the fuck? I don't understand why
It's
that.
working now. That is strange.
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, how we doing with sound right now? Because we had some technical difficulties right there.
That's so weird. Now you guys are looking into the abyss.
It should be working now, right? It is. Let me know if it's working now, Mom.
Showing up on the.
Yeah, because it is registering that we are coming up on here.
Okay. She said it's right. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you for letting us know on that part. We still don't know what happened. Everything's plugged in.
I'm afraid to turn the monitor off. I'm gonna leave it on. We're just gonna leave it on this background. That's fine.
That should have nothing to do with it, right?
I didn't know, but I'm just
That's strange.
like bad juju.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, yeah,
Okay.
that took you 3 hours to.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that you guys caught, but basically, yeah, I drew that. Danny digitally corrected it and cleaned it up, and then we submitted it to Canvas Cultures, and they put it. You gotta get the quality pretty good, sufficient for them to actually put it on a canvas, and then once you do that, they'll get it on the canvas for you, just like that. So, big shout out to the Canvas Cultures for doing that. Turned out fantastic. But yeah, to answer your question, it took like 3 or 4 hours just thinking about the idea, because I don't just I don't usually draw the idea and then go with that original one. There's always something I don't like about it.
You do iterations.
So I'll make the base of it, I'll clean it up in every area that I want, then I'll trace my own drawing again.
Okay.
So that way, with the corrections, without all pencil erasing parts and all that shit, and doing that, I got little tricks for that. You know, you can kind of just basically rub. Tracing it can be tough, seeing every single line through it. So another way I found out of doing it is just putting a huge layer of lead on the backside of your drawing, and then putting it over where you want it and taping it in place, and then just tracing over your actual image.
Yeah.
Take it off and you'll see a lead imprint of everything you traced, and then you can just go over it again. So it's basically a series of going over my same drawing about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. See, when I make stuff, I use really light lines when I make my outlines for things.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah.
It's still...
Well, I have the different pencils, so I have like... I don't know if you see these really light lines right here. Like, those are pretty easy to erase because they're like...
Yeah.
There's different thicknesses or hardnesses of the pencils that I use. I was only asking because I was drawing this portrait last night, and it took me like 2 to 3 hours just to make the outline of this portrait. Dude, I swear to God. It's just like, good art takes a long time, man, because I was sitting there trying to get the proportions right, and just like sitting back, like trying to look at the whole image instead of like, because I don't know if you ever get your proportions mixed up or like messed up when you're too close to it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely. You gotta kind of step back a little bit and look at it.
It's even worse with portraits because like you're trying to get it accurate to the person that you're drawing, and so
yeah, there's a lot of room for error on portraits.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the opposite of landscapes.
Landscapes, you can just
There's
do whatever.
so much room for error, or there's so much room for error. Yeah. On landscaping, but portraits is not so much. Yeah, drawing's fun, man. Art is awesome. I love art. Even, you know, and everything helps get you better art too. Like right now, Molly is coloring, but the coloring she's doing is those real adult coloring books where they have like patterns inside patterns and small little itty bitty coloring, and she's doing a great job, dude, of actually filling in the lines and doing all that. And so even stuff like that will help you.
What is she using to color with?
Markers and gel pens.
Oh, okay.
And so it looks pretty good. I was surprised. I was like, that's actually really good. She's
is she using your art markers, like the...
No, because those are alcohol based. I wouldn't let her use those.
Why?
I'm sitting there breathing in the chemicals.
Oh, can you get high off those if you breathe that in?
Probably. It seems very potent. I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
Do you use it in like make sure it's really ventilated when you're using it, or what?
No, I don't really pay attention to that. I'd be cautious of it, yes, if I was in a very enclosed area. But no, at the table.
You never get like lightheaded or anything when you're...
I didn't notice. No,
Okay.
I didn't notice.
Hmm.
It could be like a permanent marker though.
They have water-based ones, but then you have to use like a watercolor paper or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
watercolor paper is expensive. I went to go buy some. I mean, comparatively to sketching paper, this is 100 sheets, right? And it's like whatever, $8 or something for the same, like $8 watercolor. It's like 12 sheets, something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Crazy.
it's a thicker paper. I'm sure it's way more expensive to make than just this thin for drawing.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Never bought water paper.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah. Well, they have a bunch of different types of paper with different thicknesses and stuff. What I really want to get is they have mid-tone paper. Have you seen that? Where it's not white, it's like different shades of like gray and brown and stuff.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
it's supposed to be really good for like figuring out tones and stuff.
yeah.
Like, I guess it's like worse on. It's harder to see the correct values and stuff when you're staring at a white piece of paper because it's so bright.
Yeah.
So it's easier to start in the middle and then work your way like lighter and darker.
Nice. I've only used the brown paper a few times ever in my life.
Yeah, I want to get some just so I have some like every once in a while. Especially about oil pastels, which I don't know if you know what those are,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, those are. I'm excited to use those.
Those are tough for me to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is I don't like. Well, I mean, I haven't had any good colored pencils. I was gonna buy when I get my check. I'm gonna buy some good colored pencils too, and some other supplies. I'm trying to figure out what mediums I like the most. I'm gonna get some watercolors.
Nice.
And then it's like I tried out acrylics. I'm gonna try out watercolors, oil pastels, kind of see. So I need something for coloring.
Nice. Yeah, I like ink, man. I don't know what it is, but I've always been a fan of ink
Yeah.
and pencil. Real
You like
detailed
markers
stuff.
too, apparently.
Yeah, I like markers for solid coloring in, but my real passion is ink. When I was in art class, I figured that out because I used a fountain pen to do this cool drawing of a snake that was like wrapped around a tree and it had a chicken in its mouth, and like the background had a background like a farm and stuff, and it was so detailed. I was like, dude, you can get so detailed with this pen and ink. And then yeah, I'm are you familiar with a fountain pen, the ones that are like pointed and you press on it and it opens up and then the ink rolls down the middle of it?
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
you haven't seen that?
I mean, maybe I have, but I'd have to like actually see it to.
You probably have seen it, but yeah, it doesn't allow ink to roll through until you put pressure on it, and then the ink
It's pressure sensitive or what?
I guess you could say that. It's just a
Can you
piece
make
of
that-
metal that's
oh.
like this, and the harder you push, it'll spread it and allow the ink to roll down the middle of it.
Can you get varied thicknesses by like
Yeah.
how hard you press?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Pressure. It's pressure. That's cool.
I don't know what it was, but that art class allowed me to get real fine lines. But I bought this like $50 fountain pen that was like really nice just for business. And that thing you have no control over. I don't even use it because there's no control over it. It's just one. As soon as you use it, it's just a thick, blotchy, bleeding fucking line. I'm like,
Yeah.
How
Where'd
can
buy
you
it at?
write-
Hobby Lobby or what?
Office Max or Depot.
Yeah, that's probably because it's not really an art.
It's not. No, I got even for writing contracts and shit like that. I'm like, I can't use this.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd rather use an art one, right? You go to Hobby Lobby and get one.
Probably, yeah. I'm pretty disappointed with that $50 pen.
That's it.
I can't really.
$50.
I can't even write a signature that looks good. It's that messed up.
Yeah.
What can you use this on?
I don't know. My ink scares the shit out of me.
There's no going back.
I know, dude. I mean, I guess you can use whiteout and shit, but
Yeah, that looks like shit too.
yeah, so you can totally tell it's there. So
Yeah. But yeah, let's see, we don't got much to talk about, but we'll see where we can take this. What we were talking about last time was law of attraction, and you brought up manifest destiny.
oh right.
We were talking about that. That was an
About
interesting
that.
topic. And I think we could talk about that a little bit more. It's funny, that actually can kind of tie into law of attraction applies to so much shit.
Mhm.
You don't even realize it until you understand it, and then you're aware of it, and you kind of observe things more. But like, so I'm pretty good at trying not to be negative, trying not to project negativity, but I'm a human being, and sometimes I get sucked into shit.
Yeah.
And so, and then I end up lowering myself and I guess forgetting about it at moments. And I was just thinking about this earlier today, but there's this guy, right? And again, this was one of my rants, but we can kind of bring it up the chain here. Internet trolls was one of my rants.
All right.
Fucking internet trolls, man.
See, I feel like you have a hard time dealing with people on the internet.
No, it's funny. I don't. But certain people,
That's what I mean. You have a hard time dealing with difficult people on the internet.
Yeah. Well, I allowed myself to. I'll use my example of my situation of what I'm talking about specifically. But basically, when you do a lot of content, putting yourself out there like that, videos of yourself. And putting yourself out there, you're gonna get internet trolls. You're gonna get people talking shit about you. You're gonna get people projecting negativity on you. That's just the name of the game, and that's just part of it. Unfortunately, most people out there are negative and want to project their own shit onto you. But the example I'm talking about is I did a video a while back, and there was a few different negative comments on there, but one in particular. Some guy was mocking me on my video and then, threw some words out there, fucking idiot or something like that. And for some reason it got under my skin. So I went onto his messenger and sent him a message and said, hey dude, like, don't project your negativity on my page. You know what I mean? And then I kind of took it to a different level and fucking dropped down to his dumbass level, and I was like, keep living your fucking paycheck to paycheck life until you die, and but don't fucking come on my page and project your negativity. Well, obviously that pissed him off because it was probably true, but yeah, I got a message from him saying, who do you think you are? You have no idea who you're messing with, blah 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 blah. Those type of dudes, you know what I mean? That try to put fear into people and try to think they're getting somewhere that way. So we started getting into it a little bit, and the funny thing is I was never I called him a poser because he had like rock on his knuckles or something like that. I was like, quit posing that you're into rock and keep listening to your fucking dad rock or something like that. And then he went on to my page, and like he was a classic internet fucking troll, man. And he went on to my page and was like talking shit about some practice that we had, like a real original sound, but he was like one of those dudes that had not a very big vocabulary to begin with, so you can tell when they're just like punk ass motherfucking bitch faggot blah blah blah, that type of stuff, you know what I mean? It's so immature, dude. This guy looks like he's in 30s or 40s. I'm like, okay, I'm dealing with someone here that's just not very.
Watch this and start talking shit now.
Oh, probably. And I don't care. And like I said, he's just like stalking all my shit apparently. And then he's just like, finish what you started, let's meet up type shit. And I'm just like, bro, I have no time to waste on you anymore. Like, your mentality is fucking very childish. Like, I just don't have time for you.
You broke like the number one rule for trolls.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I got sucked into it.
Which is like, they've been saying it the whole time, don't feed the trolls.
Yeah, and so I got sucked into it. I'm very disappointed in myself. And then this guy, he's just throwing a bunch of threats at me.
They fucking feed off you, like getting a rise out of you.
Yeah.
So the second you say anything back to them, it basically they'll just play off of whatever you say back to them. It doesn't matter if you try to take the high ground, you take the low. It doesn't even fucking matter. They'll just.
I know. I realize that, and I realize that now, and I'm very aware of that. But like I said, I'm a human being, and I get sucked into that sometimes, and I did.
I mean, I'm guilty of doing it.
Now I'm really gonna just fucking stiff arm that shit, dude. I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna delete your comments. I'm just gonna eliminate that negativity without even engaging in it. I don't have to, unless someone's like up in my face forcing me to engage in that negativity. It's much easier for me to avoid, especially on the internet. It's much easier for them to put that shit out there. So yeah, from now on, I'm literally gonna hold myself responsible to not engage in that shit anymore. Because it's just so irritating to me to. Obviously this person has issues with his own life, that he's that hung up on me. I mean, he just went onto my page randomly onto my business page and talked shit about me, and then when I told him not to do that, and talked shit to him a little bit about, gave him a bit of his own medicine. He didn't like that. And he was like, bring it on, blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, this is fucking exactly what I didn't want. I was like, the immature me as a teen would have loved that shit. You know what I mean? And I would have engaged in that a lot more than I do now. But,
Same.
but now it's just like I have no time for that, dude. I feel sad for people who operate that way, especially this guy's like in his 40s or whatever, maybe older, and he's operating that way. So yeah, I'm just I'm happy that I have a mentality that I do, and I'm very disappointed when I drop myself back a few steps and engage in dumb shit like that. And yeah, but that ties into law of attraction. He put his negativity out there. I fed into it, and guess what? It just came right back. We're just feeding each other the negativity. We're just attracting negative energy back and forth. And so that's an example of law of attraction in the negative form. And so that's one way to look at it too.
Yeah.
What's your experience with internet trolls?
With internet trolls?
Yeah. Any?
I mean, I play video games, so like I deal with them kind of regularly. Dude. I'll have like people, I'll play like League of Legends, I'll have people like get pissed off me in a game and stuff. They'll try to add me afterwards, and every time I'm like, why this? I always like, I should not accept this request. Every time I accept this request, I never like fight with them. They're just like start talking mad shit, dude. Every single time, they're like, I hope your fucking family dies. I hope you get AIDS. It's like a bunch of fucked up shit. And I'm like, bro, it's a game, man.
Right, that's like, sad, dude.
I'm like, dude, why are you so mad about a game? I'm like, usually I'm like, you should probably just stop playing for a while and like go live life because you're way too upset about this fucking video game. And then they just keep talking shit. I'm like, all right, well, this is a waste of time. And then I just delete them again. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I've dealt with the trolls on other places than video games, but yeah, I learned a long time ago just to ignore them because it's just a waste of time.
It is a waste of time. So me and you were talking about the protesters a while back, and we were talking about how there's a lot of unintelligent people out there. Well, this applies to everything in life. There's a lot of unintelligent people online, gaming. So you really got to pick and choose who you're actually interacting with, and then you really got to be aware of the negativity that's coming your way, because it's coming from a person that's most likely unintelligent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, the immaturity just really exposes itself in their conversation, just like you said. You know what I mean? I hope you die and your family has AIDS and all this dumb shit like that. It's like, dude, really that pissed over a game? You need a life. You need help. You need psychiatry. You need.
They're so bad in video games that I literally have like my team set to mute by default. I just like, I don't even need to read this shit, because like almost all of people usually don't even type unless it's something negative, and I'm just like, I don't need that. It's a waste of fucking time.
Yeah, it is. So. Yeah, and it reverberates and it goes. It's the law of attraction again. It's probably more noticeable in negative situations, I would say, because it's a lot harder for people to be positive. I feel like it's like kind of like a training you need.
It is pretty hard. I will say that if you are like, I've noticed when people are in a really chipper mood around me, it makes me in a better mood. So you might not attract. Even if you're not attracting people that are generally in a good mood, you'll probably make the people around you in a better mood just by doing that. And so
absolutely,
you'll be around people that are in a better mood anyway. So
that energy just reverberates around you, and it's very apparent that I don't know what it is, man. You see someone happy, you get a little happier. You see someone negative, you get you might not always get negative immediately, but if you're spending a lot of time around a negative person, it's gonna get at you.
The energy, it doesn't even matter. The energy always gets to me. I can always just feel the energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You ever just like walk into a room where people are arguing? You could be in a good mood, walk into a room where people are arguing, and they'll stop, but you can just feel the energy, and it gets real fucking tense and awkward, and it lowers your mood, and it's so fucking weird because even if it has nothing to do with you,
yeah,
it still affects you.
Well, because you can't be, you know what I mean? You could be in a joking mood, and you can't really apply that to them. They're not even there mentally right then. They're pissed. So it's like, well, I have nothing to offer this situation. So what am I even here for? You know what I mean? It's just no, I get it. It's totally, and you're right. The when you're around people that are bickering and arguing all the time, that shit wears on you. And it does a toll on your mentality. It does. And so I would just encourage people to be mindful of that when you're around people. Energy reverberates. It does, and it's noticed, and it just kind of rubs off. And especially if it's negative, you should, if you understand that energy just kind of flows out like that and trajects, you should always try to be a little more positive and not fake. Like, look for things to be happy about, look for things to be positive about. What's going on in your life that's good? What's good that you can focus on? Just like train your mind to stop looking for the negatives. Train your mind to stop acting like the newscast and just highlighting the fucking negative in things. Like, that's a newscasting mentality, right? That's what the news does. Let them do that job. You should be looking for positive things, because that's what's going to actually propel your life in relationships, in your success, in business, your career, your parenting, all that shit. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
I truly believe that too. But yeah, long story short, I got sucked into that shit, and I'm, like I said, I'm disappointed, but I learned from it, and so I'm gonna hold myself to a new standard. And again, I expect the internet trolls, but the name calling and all that, I should just never let that get to me. They have no idea who the fuck I am. Even if I have to explain that to them, it's not going to do any good, like you said. I feel like that if I, come at them in more of a positive manner, like, hey, dude, you don't even know who I am, and you're trolling my page, like, they don't care. They don't care. They're negative, and they want to project that onto you. And Danny said it, once they get you in that web, they have succeeded. And that's what gets them off, and that's what they like. They are, a lot of negative people are miserable, and misery loves company, and they like to pull you down into their bubble, and they want that's what they get off on, unfortunately. And that's the type of people you want to avoid. So I'm gonna do so. But yeah, I thought it was interesting stuff. By the way, gaming, you said you're playing your game, which is League of Legends, right? I've been playing The Last of Us 2. I haven't really played much games in a while. I have this weird thing about me that, gaming and watching TV is a waste of time, which it is. I'm very aware of that, so I try not to do as much of it as possible, because I can be productive doing other stuff. I always have a shitload of stuff that needs to be done, and so when I'm doing that, I'm wasting time. But I did force myself to play this game, The Last of Us 2, and that game is really good, man.
Did you finish it?
No, hell no. No, I can't even game like that these days, man. Like, I can only play like 30 minutes of a game, and like, I'm tired, or I have to get up the next morning. Like, it is nice, so it has been nice to kind of absorb myself into a different world, because the type of games I like have to have a compelling campaign and a good storyline. I don't just, when I game, I don't just go online and play the same redundant shit over and over. I can't do that anymore. I need to get captivated. It's basically like a movie for me. It's an interactive movie that I'm involved in, and so that's what gets my attention. That's what captivates me. But dude, The Last of Us is really cool. The fact that it's actually based in Washington is really fucking intriguing. So it's based in Seattle, and it's got all these cool things it's dropping. I was reading her journal, because as you're going through the game, she'll stop and scribble some stuff down. And I was actually looking through her journal, and they fucking reference Yakima in there.
Really?
Yeah. It was crazy, dude, to see her say, what she wrote down, like, in Yakima, this happened, this something. I was like, what the fuck?
Do you go to Seattle in that game?
Yeah, you're in Seattle, and it's like a post-apocalyptic type world. Seattle streets are all overgrown with
Is it accurate?
growth. It seems like it. Yeah, yeah. They haven't really showed the Space Needle or anything yet, but yeah, it seems pretty realistic to me.
That's cool.
They haven't really highlighted landmarks yet. I did go into a music store on one of them. They had like Pearl Jam posters and shit up and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay, that's accurate.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure if you went into a music store in Seattle, you'd see Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, all the cliche, typical, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, all these bands that were from here. So it's cool though. It's fascinating. It's a very brutal and raw game too. The storyline's so brutal, dude. So spoiler alert, one of the main characters just gets killed immediately within the first, whatever you call scenes, I guess, within, very early in playing the game. I don't have to tell you, I guess I won't spoil it too much, but I'll just tell you he's a very pivotal, iconic character in the game. From the first game.
He's Gandalf, but
he could be considered the Gandalf of The Last of Us. Yes. And the way he was killed is brutal too. It's just like, holy shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty raw. And so that's what captivates you instantly too, because it just turns into this vengeance game now. And it's not, and I've always loved the post-apocalyptic type movies and games, especially when they have infected people or zombies or that type of thing. So now you got this element of Walking Dead, and then you got people who are forming their tribes and their cultures and also attacking each other and trying to, deceive each other and rob people and all that stuff. So it's like this whole added element of fear. You know what I mean? You're scared of the living dead, and you're scared of people in general. So it's just like there's no security in that type of world.
I always think it's interesting those stories, though, the zombie stories. There's never I've never seen a zombie story where everyone groups up together or like all the different little tribes are like friendly.
Yeah, it's the same type of story, but that's probably realistic.
Probably is realistic. Also, the interesting thing is like when watching like Walking Dead, for instance, how long you realize they're much more scared of the humans than they are of the zombies,
Yeah, exactly.
The zombies are predictable,
Exactly. Exactly. That's kind of the vibe you got in this too. The thing that's real interesting about this is the person who actually killed that main character. You don't know who this person is. It's a girl. You don't know who she is. You play as her in the game. You have no idea. There's this whole question of, you don't even know why she did it. There's some kind of history. And so that's what takes you through the game. You're like, okay, I'm going to eventually find out what happened. Maybe this person killed her dad or something a while back. She was on a vengeance mission. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff is very intriguing for a storyline. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, but it's cool because, the character Ellie is pretty ruthless too. She's just this little girl she's not very little anymore now in The Last of Us 2. She's, a lot older, and she's even more ruthless. And so now you've got two people who are ruthless. You know what I mean? It's like that classic bad guy who's a badass against a good guy who's a badass at the end of the movie that are going to face off. It's like, it's very interesting to see the outcome. It's like, oh shit, they're both badass. Like, what's going to happen? It's a cool game though, man. I'm really interested. I'll keep you guys updated on as I play through. Like I said, I'm only like half hour every other night playing it. Trying to play it more and more, but just busy and
I haven't really been playing games either, really. So
it is nice though to check out a little bit. It is nice to kind of check out of life for at least half hour at night.
It's like my drawing has replaced my gaming. It's much more relaxing and
nice.
It's useful for me.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to do, man. It's a good skill to get, and then I don't know, there's a lot of value in that, and as far as like it's peaceful, it's it can be rough on the body too, even.
When I was doing that when I was sketching that portrait last night, I was like, my back never fucking hurts when I'm drawing, but it does today.
Yeah, the more you get into it, you're sitting here leaning over and, it just...
I had to keep reminding myself to get up and walk around, too, because I was spending so much time on it,
Yeah.
It's like, man, you've been sitting down for like an hour. You should get up and walk around for a minute or two,
Yeah, it can be tough work, man. But that's why it's also rewarding when you're done. It's like, holy shit, I just put fucking 3 days and 12 hours into that piece and my neck hurts and that looks fantastic.
Dude, it's so weird drawing. So I drew this, like, it's pretty realistic looking, the proportions and stuff. And every time I look at it, I'm like, I can't believe I fucking drew that, man. It's so fucking weird.
That's the cool, rewarding feeling.
But it almost seems like
surreal.
Yeah, it's like I shouldn't have been able to have drawn that. You know what I mean? I've only been drawing for like 3 to 4 months out of my entire life, so to draw a realistic looking, like at least the proportions perfectly realistic, and just be able to like look at this picture and recognize the person's face is like fucking weird to me.
Yeah,
it's fucking really crazy.
But if you get really good at it, maybe you could like be one of those there's a term for it, but the people who draw people's face by just description, like for the police. You know what I mean?
My description?
Yeah. Like, what did he look like?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do that. I think.
Why? You'd be helping.
Yeah, I don't know, because I want to do something more creative than,
okay.
You know what I mean? I want to be more expressive.
You can do that as a side gig.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a skill. If you can, I mean, that's different though, listening to someone's description.
Like, all right, how wide is the mouth in correlation to the eyes? They're like, I don't fucking know.
Right?
I'm like, we'll figure it out, man.
Big mouth, big nose, hairy eyebrows, like what? Give me some detail. That's impressive, actually, especially the closer they get to the description of them.
I'm surprised people can remember that much about someone's description anyways.
That's true, yeah. I imagine when you have something traumatic happen to you, though, you probably just remember.
Burns it into your memory.
Yeah, especially if it's in a place that
your brain probably memorizes it better. It's just so like danger or whatever.
Yeah, that's funny. That is interesting that those people can basically. I guess recant, is that the word you're looking for? Recant their memory and kind of explain what that person looks like, because apparently the mind remembers things differently anyway. Like, this is a fact.
Yeah.
So it surprises me that they're able to just explain these details of a person's face, and then the person that's drawing it can put that on paper. Now you're going through two different brains that could have heard things differently and received things differently.
Yeah,
because the truth gets lost the further down the line it goes, the further time goes, like all that shit.
Yeah, I feel like doing portrait art, I'd be pretty good at describing someone, probably. Especially in the future, I'll probably be really good at describing people. Like, okay, so his jaw is like a little bit past his ears, and it's like, was it like a 30-degree angle? The dude's like, no, what?
That's funny. He's got a dimple right here. He's got a mole right here. All the little giveaways and shit. Characters, maybe you can do characters, yeah?
Maybe. I really like...
You like drawing cartoons? I think you do.
I think maybe, yeah. I don't know if I like drawing cartoon people, though. I guess maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to... So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to do realism. That way, I think it's better to get a realism foundation, and then you can deviate from that.
Yeah.
And make cartoons and characters, because I think
it's
better to have the foundation.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, if you're only ever going to want to do cartoons, I guess you could just learn how to draw cartoons and be fine with that.
I feel like there's a lot of room for error in cartoons, too.
There definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah, even my cartoon drawings that look kind of bad, people are like, oh, it still looks pretty good. And I'm like, yeah. I can see all the imperfections, the proportion errors and everything. I'm like, nah. It doesn't look like the original.
Yeah. Well, you can, especially when you're making your own characters, too. There's just a lot of room for error because it's your own creation.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong. So, yeah, art's fun, man. But it is definitely rewarding. Like you were saying, it's just like building something and stepping back and looking at it, and it's like, holy shit, I did that.
Yeah, it's rewarding. It's super relaxing too. I just put on music. I just put on Pandora. Just listen to like some fucking nice EDM, you know, some chill stuff, and just sit there and draw.
Dude, we've been listening to it. Me and Malia have been listening to a lot of EDM too. Yeah, cool trancey music and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Pandora working on the new truck finally, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, pretty excited about that. I'm excited about my new purchases, the truck, and then my my gear setup, dude.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I got a 5150 for all of the music gearheads out there. I got a 5150 finally. PV amp. Got a PV cab too. So I'm really excited. I haven't even tried the cab yet until tomorrow. That's gonna be my first practice with the cab.
Did you plug the head directly into your old cab?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It still sounded good.
Sometimes they're not compatible, so.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
they
still
have
works.
different ohms or whatever, and so.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I guess you're lucky that it worked.
Yeah, I don't understand ohms quite yet.
They're confusing, honestly.
I know I'm at 8 ohms. That's all I can tell you. I don't know where where I should be though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the tone could be just cleaned up a little bit, but
the cab is going to make a huge difference, though.
That's what Sean was saying.
Your cab makes such a difference in your tone. It's crazy.
I didn't think so. That's what Sean was saying too.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, it's going to sound a lot better once you get that plugged in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, because you have the speakers. The speakers all have different sound profiles, and then you have whatever wood it's made out of and the dimensions of it.
Oh yeah.
That all affects everything. It affects the bass. It affects all the different
I wonder if
it.
PV's powered by Celestion, because that's what custom is powered by.
Probably.
So that's probably why it worked and it was compatible.
Do you have a custom?
Yeah.
I thought it was high watt.
It says high watt, but it's actually a custom. Someone slapped that on there afterwards.
Okay, I was like, high
that.
watt's a little bit higher quality.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's funny that it's custom. Because,
hey, how's it going? What we got there?
Yayo Express.
Yayo Express.
Is that like a Coke reference?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like, I'll get it to you quick.
Okay. Hey, that's honest right there. I wouldn't say that is the best though, because it's probably Colombian, I imagine, right? That's where it comes from.
I've never actually done cocaine. Well, I've had weed that was laced with cocaine once, but I've never like snorted cocaine. So
yeah, unfortunately, I did a little bit of cocaine, and God, that is such a rich man's drug, and such a waste of time, and such a. I mean, no offense to you if that's what you're into, but for me, that's what it was.
Sigonia. Where's Sigonia at?
Yeah, where's Sigonia? Why don't you elaborate or where that's at for us?
It's legal there?
What?
They can just do cocaine there?
I've never heard of this.
Are you making these names up? What is this?
I have no idea where that is. Yeah, we're gonna have to look that up there.
What?
We're fact checking where you're from.
Google Maps can't find this. Are you fucking with us?
Google Maps can't find Sigonia. Province of it. There you go.
Okay, it's on like the east side of Africa.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Africa, right? Northeast, maybe? Northeast Africa?
Or like it's kind of the middle of there. Dude, Africa's so fucking big.
Yeah, it is. It's right across the water from Saudi Arabia, looks like. Very nice. Very.
That's crazy that it's legal there. I mean.
Yeah, that is crazy. It's legal. That's the first time I've ever heard of cocaine being legal anywhere. Maybe there's other places.
I'm sure there are. It's just
that's how secluded we are, and we're isolated over here.
That's all good. Definitely. I didn't even know that was a language. So
yeah, we didn't. Yeah, no, we definitely don't. I don't know anything other than English. So my apologies.
We know a couple words in other languages, but barely. So
yeah. But yeah, you're dropping some knowledge on here, man.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. Sagundi's nuts. Oh man, that's hilarious. That's good stuff.
I'm from Cali. That's funny.
Oh.
I like the trolling.
Yeah, you had us there, man.
I was like, well, I did ask if they were trolling, and I was like, are you fucking with
Hey,
us?
you missed the part. You're coming in late. We actually just did a segment on internet trolls a minute ago before you got in here, so
Yeah.
that was good. That was good.
That's wholehearted, but
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to. Yeah, no, that's good internet trolling. That's playful internet trolling. We appreciate that.
yeah. I know, I like looking at the show. I'm like, this shit doesn't even exist.
Hilarious. Oh man, got us all excited. We're like, man, we got someone from Africa tuning in. This is awesome. That's cool. We got someone from Cali. Where at in Cali are you from? Why don't you give us a status update on what's going
He's like,
on?
I can't tell you, or they're saying Bay Area. Oh, nice. Did I say it in Hayward for like a couple months? I think it was like 2 months.
Is that like by San Francisco?
Yeah, it's like south of Oakland.
Oh, okay.
So it's I don't know. It's like a 20-minute ride on the. They have a subway that's called the BART there. I think it's like 20 minutes to San Francisco from there.
Nice. Do they still have like trolleys over there in San Francisco, like in the movies I always see?
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah,
The little trolley system where they're on cables and shit. And on tracks.
Yeah, and they also have
Okay.
the people with the bikes with the carts, and you sit in the back of the cart.
They do?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You pay them some money and they just ride you around town.
That's cool. I didn't know that still existed. That's funny you said that. I just seen someone riding an old carriage, not with horses, but like a tall one with those giant wheels, like restored, you know.
Oh, I think I seen.
You see that?
Just over here?
On Mullen, yeah.
Yeah, I just seen that
You see that?
like a week ago or something.
Isn't that crazy, dude? That was impressive. I was like, whoa, dude.
You can get pulled in a wagon by man. You know what? It was funny because I was with Robert petitioning, and he's like, "Hey, well, let's go do this." I was like, "All right, man, that sounds kind of cool." But then you don't realize you have this sweaty dude in front of you with his ass in your face, riding his bike. And you're like, I don't.
And it's only $5.
This isn't the scene I was. This isn't the scenery I was looking for. In San Francisco.
Right. They make it sound like much more enjoyable. Like, yeah, you can see the scene, you can see the town.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it was still pretty cool. I play League. I used to play Dota. I don't really play much games anymore, honestly. You're playing.
It's funny, you came in late on this too. We just got done talking about games we were playing. So yeah, League of Legends was his passion. Right now I'm playing The Last of Us 2, and we were just talking about how that game is based in Seattle here, and it kind of referenced some of our local towns over here too. So it was pretty cool. That game's awesome.
I like the old Pokemon games, like the Game Boy ones. I used to play the shit out of those.
Dude, you were hard into Pokemon.
Yeah, I used to
Card collecting and all that.
Yeah, I used to like have one of those lights on the Game Boy, and my mom would be like, "Okay, go to bed." Like put the blanket over my head and like play Pokemon for way too long. It'd be like 3 a.m. I had school the next day and shit.
Oh, here you go. This one's for you, man.
My favorite Pokemon is like pretty basic. I think it's Charmander, but like the Charmander to Charizard kind of. I like all 3 of them. What about the one? I always forget the middle one's Chameleon. No, his name's not Chameleon. What the fuck is his name? Charmeleon, right? Am I tripping? Charmeleon.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's the one in between Charizard and Charmander because they evolve.
Oh. Got Flaming Tail.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Right on. Charmeleon, he just answered it for you. Lingmazar, huh?
Is it Lingmazar? Who's that? That's not even first generation.
Lingmasaur.
That's not first generation. I like the first 2 generations. Are you fucking with me again? Is this a... What?
Right, here we go. You fucking with us again?
There's a Magmasaur.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
You're you got us again, man. Oh man. This is what I'm talking about, dude. We were just talking about negative energy and positive energy, and I like your positive energy. So.
You just got me Googling stupid shit.
Oh man. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Yayo. How old are you? You told us you're by the Bay, so give us a little bit of insight.
What part of the Bay Area are you from?
Yeah, what part of the Bay Area are you talking about? But yeah, you were into Pokemon big time. I remember. I mean, shit. I was, how old were you? If I was 17, 16.
8, 7, 8.
You're 8. Yeah, you were into that.
That's when Pokemon. So I was 8, 7. So I was 7 in 1999. That's when like the game came out, I think, or 98.
Oh yeah.
So it was huge. 25 male, tall, like long walks on the beach and beer. All right.
There you go. There you go. I can relate. The long walks on the beach.
How tall?
Never done it, but
Are you like, I'm tall, but I'm 5'11"? Or are you like 6'5"? Probably somewhere in between those two.
Nice. What kind of beer you like? Who are you gonna sponsor?
I'm not 5'7". I'm 5'10".
I could be 5'7".
Maybe.
I'm at least 5'8", I think.
Yeah, I think you're like 5'8".
Not super short, I mean, but I'm short. I can jump high.
I want to say I'm 5'11", but I'm just like, I'm 5'10" and 3/4, so I just say 5'10" most of the time. It feels
Just round up. Even if you're 5'10" and 1/4, just round up.
Just round up. With some lime.
Okay.
Oh, beer with lime.
Beer with lime, okay. So that tells me Corona, maybe. You missed last podcast episode, man. We were getting hammered on live TV with Corona and lime.
There's a chatbot.
Oh, they did? You can't.
What'd you say? He's like, I can't say. It'll censor me.
Crazy. Oh, okay. Right on.
Oh, okay.
Modelo is kind of like Corona, ain't it? I believe.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I had it.
I like Modelo more than Corona.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I've had the dark one, though. I like the regular Modelo.
Man, I've never been a fan of that dark beer. Like Guinness. God, that shit's hardcore.
The thing is, it makes me so fucking hungover.
It just tastes like shit, too, to me.
I get like this really weird heavy drunk, and then I get really fucking hungover. Like that day I was having like the panic attack, and I was like, oh, maybe I need to go to the hospital or something. I thought I was dehydrated, super hardcore and shit. It's from drinking dark beer.
What was it?
It was like a variety pack of that Elysian.
Oh yeah.
I guess it's not all super dark, but something about that
Was
beer.
it an ale?
Yeah, I don't know. There was something about that shit. It fucked me up.
I
only had 6 of them, so like I'm used to drinking 6 beers. Is that a poster of a dragon? Yes.
Where?
Is that a poster of a dragon?
Yeah, which one? Which poster? We got like 4 in the scene, I think.
That's a dragon.
In the frame. You missed that. We did that in the beginning of the podcast. We just put that canvas up. That's our logo.
Over here? By the nutrition facts? That's a tiger or something, right?
Yeah, that's a lion.
Okay.
You probably can't see it, but yeah, it says everyone wants to eat, but few are willing to hunt. So, oh yeah, that's a lion. Kind of hard to see because it's in the shadows, but actually that company is the same company that helped us put that logo on there. It's called Canvas Cultures. So
yeah, it's also at a weird angle from the camera, so it means pretty.
Yeah, we don't have dragons, but yeah, I love dragons actually.
Dragons are cool. I just don't like the ones with 4 legs, because I just think that's stupid.
Really?
Well, because okay, so animals have 4 limbs usually. You know what I mean? And so when you have 4 legs and 2 wings, that means you have 6 limbs, and it doesn't make any sense.
Oh,
anatomically looks weird.
It's a mythical creature though.
I was gonna get you guys again.
Oh man.
Well, now I want to know what the punchline is. Now I'm dragging these nuts across. Nice.
Oh man, that's good stuff, dude. The nuts jokes are great, man. Snoop Dogg would love those.
Does he make joke.
Yeah, I think of Snoop Dogg because he used to say D's nuts all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, man. You gotta have a good laugh, dude. Like we were saying, there's just too much negativity being projected out there, so it's good to have a good person like you to have some comic relief injected into some conversations, like I said. And then furthermore, it's good to have people that actually appreciate that. I mean, if you're, putting that kind of stuff out, some people just don't get it. It's over their head, or they're just in a bad mood and it doesn't lighten them up. So those people are just fucking mundane.
Mundane.
You've been banned many times today. Nice. We won't ban you.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, this dude just made me think of the Bay Area, man. I actually have some cool memories from there.
Right on.
Yeah. The Bay Area is fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
First of all, just like when you go to the fucking actually when you go to San Francisco, there's like a bunch of artists. They do those. Have you seen that where they do like the really quick sketches really quick?
Yeah.
And shit. They have people doing shit like that. Yeah, Bay Area is totally. And then dude, I remember there was this people were like going around and trying to sell you mixtapes and shit everywhere you went.
Oh really?
Yeah. They're like, dude, you want to buy my CD? I'm like, no. And then yeah,
maybe we should go down there. Primordial should take it down there, and that's a place where it's accepted, I guess.
There was this dude going around. There was this dude. I guess it's like he's like semi-famous in the Bay Area. He like goes around, like videotapes himself doing pranks in public and shit. There.
I love that type of shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love pranks in general, man. That's why, I don't know, Jackass had a great run when they first came out. Mm-hmm. The pranks, dude. That was what made Jackass so funny, was just Johnny Knoxville's classic pranks, like putting the baby on the hood of the car and driving around. And, that shit was hilarious.
What is OC?
I don't know. Yeah, what is?
Oh my god, are you gonna make another joke when I ask what's OC?
I know, right? We're afraid to answer anything now.
Oh, original content.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Nice.
I thought there was gonna be a punchline. Every time you had me going, "What's that?" Now I'm a little wary.
You got us on edge, man. We're on the fence. We're on tilt. Keeping us on our toes. I like that.
Dude, did I tell you the time that I fucking was with Robert and we were on the BART and we were going somewhere, and this black guy started getting in an argument with Robert.
Did you have to say he was black?
Yes, it matters.
Okay,
it does, because I'm
good, because I'm glad you did.
Because we're in the Bay Area. There's a big portion of the population there is black. Okay, there's a lot of black people on this. It's like a train, basically, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of different little carts or whatever. And we're sitting in here, and this black dude like asked him for. He was also a petitioner, I think, or something, and he asked him for some of the petitions because he ran out or whatever. Robert's like, no.
Oh, for the same company?
No, different company, but same petitions. Because we're working we were doing state petitions.
Okay.
And they start getting into it, and Robert's like, "You think I'm scared because you're black, bro?" in this fucking basically this room full of black people, and I just slipped out. I just went to the next guy. I was like, I don't even know him.
Oh,
I was like, I get the fuck.
You don't even know what happened.
I mean, I kind of watched from a distance, but yeah, I went into the net. I was like, I'm not even going to associate with this guy right now.
You don't even know what the outcome was? You didn't meet up with him later and find out either?
I mean, I did. Nothing happened, but still haven't heard from him to this day. He also, one time we were...
I don't think you... that'd be hilarious if you haven't heard from him until this day.
Robert's a crazy guy. He's kind of a dickhead too sometimes. He goes...
I remember that about him, yeah.
Yeah, he was yelling at this burn victim this one time in Hayward, and she was like one of those burn victims that like just had like her face is all disfigured. She has like a hole for a mouth and like just some eyes and like no nose. It was like waxy looking thing, and he's sitting there yelling at this bitch, woman, sorry.
I
She
mean,
wasn't a bitch.
maybe she did something fucked up to him.
No, I think she was just walking by and he asked her if she wanted to sign the thing and she was like, no, whatever, leave me the fuck alone. And he's like, fuck you too, bitch, you know, and then they just started yelling at each other. And I'm like, dude, stop. Like, oh my god, you're making
I don't know why that sounds so funny though. I wish I was there to see that.
It was so like uncomfortable watching. I'm like, dude, that person has a hard enough life. Stop yelling at them.
Go easy on her, right?
Like, Jesus Christ, man.
It's funny because I never got that from him either. Well, I understood that he was definitely a guy that pops off like that and says shit without thinking.
He's just not afraid to speak his mind or say whatever the fuck he's feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Which I do appreciate. I appreciate that, but yeah, I never got that pushback from him. I always felt like he's pretty respectful around me.
Yeah. I mean, he is for the most part, but like, if anyone gives him shit, he doesn't care. He'll say whatever the fuck he wants. So, I was in San Jose with my people a few years ago, and this random old hobo lady steps in front of my friend's bike when we were going across the crosswalk and started screaming at him, go jerk off on someone else's fucking face. What?
All right.
Were you trying to jerk off? Were they trying to jerk off?
Yeah, was that
on
just a random statement she made to you guys? Why was she even talking about jerking off on someone's face? That's crazy.
You're like, I wasn't jerking off anyone's face, but all right, I guess.
I mean, yeah, don't put ideas in my head.
Now I want to jerk off on someone's face.
Right? You're like, That's funny.
Okay, Louis. I mean, with permission, okay?
Whatever happened to him, dude? He made like, what happened to him? He got caught jacking off on his own stomach or something crazy, or
No, he got
what was it?
He was asking women if he could jerk off in front of them.
Okay, I remember Chappelle talked about this a little bit.
I think he should be fine. I don't know, like,
wait, he did what though? What'd you say?
he was asking. He went full Pee Wee Herman. Did he?
Yeah, see? Yeah, I think he jizzed on his own stomach or something in public or something.
I think it was always like in the back rooms of like when he was doing comedy shows and stuff. He was like asking women, other comedians and shit or whatever, if he could jerk off in front of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he asked him. That's polite, right?
Yeah. And it goes to the thing of like, well, maybe they were too uncomfortable to say no or whatever. And I was like, it gets in this weird gray area.
Oh, does she? Okay.
Yeah, it's been too long. I don't remember all the full details of it, but that's the gist of it.
I didn't actually get into it either. I just heard all the stories. But I actually likes Louis C.K.
I don't think he like raped anyone or anything. I think he had a weird thing for jerking off in front of people. So
that's crazy. Now, if you're just
Louis C.K. was
jerking
funny.
off,
It made a lot. He had so many jokes about jerking off too.
did he? I don't remember those.
Yeah, he has so many jokes about jerking off.
The thing about Louis C.K. that fucking really... So I seen Louis C.K. before I seen any of his stand-up. He did a show on HBO. I forgot what it was called.
Louis?
Yeah. Lucky Louie. It was called Lucky Louie.
Was it? I thought it was just Louis.
It was Lucky Louie. I remember for sure now that you just said that. And where he had that one girl... I don't know. I forgot her name, but she was on there, and then he had 2 daughters on there. Or maybe one
The show
daughter.
was just called Louis.
It could be, but maybe
It was on Netflix.
that.
It was on Netflix, and then this shit happened when he got exposed.
This is before all this.
I know,
On HBO.
but
It was Lucky Louie for
actually,
sure.
you know what? Never mind, because if it was on HBO, oh wait, they have HBO shows on.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Netflix show. It was a show that was on Netflix. Like,
Yeah, I don't think Lucky Louie ever went on Netflix. That's what I'm saying. That's probably why you never heard of it, or you don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean,
it was almost like, what do you call that? Where it's like, God damn it, what kind of comedy is that? Like Married with Children?
oh really?
Yeah, but you don't have the fake audience laughing and all that.
Yeah, let's see. So here's Louis, the show I was talking about, 2010 to 2015.
Lucky Louie.
Okay, so
That show.
He did 2. Okay,
That shit's hilarious, dude. That's what I first seen him on, was Lucky Louie.
that's weird that he has 2 shows with his name in it. That's confusing.
And that was, God, it was 14 years ago? It seemed like it was longer than that, but okay.
But this show, his Louis show, yeah, right when he got exposed, they immediately took it off Netflix, and I was upset because I fucking like that show.
Yeah. That was pretty good. The thing I liked about Louis C.K. though was his relationship with his daughter. It's just so like raw and kind of fucking mean, almost in a sense. But he's also a good dad too, so it's like it's funny, dude. I like that kind of raw humor.
Yeah, he has a blunt sense of humor, which is hilarious.
Yeah. You gotta watch the show Dave, huh? Never seen it. They gave Little Dicky a show.
Little Dicky's funny. I don't know how good he would be in a show, but he has funny music.
Little Dicky. Why am I not picturing who that is?
Little Dicky. He does that. He has that Freaky Friday song with Chris Brown.
I don't know, man.
Oh my god, I gotta show you after this if you have not seen Little Dicky.
I probably have.
Yeah, he's really good at freestyling too.
Okay, the name rings a bell.
Dude, he's so fun. If you haven't seen Little Dicky, I'll be legitimately like, what the fuck?
For some reason, I'm thinking Dickie Roberts with David Spade. I was like, wait, what? They made that a show?
I will definitely I definitely want to check that out. You should put that on there. The show's called Dave. Where's it on? Is it on Netflix? Please tell me it's on Netflix. Probably not on Netflix.
Right. Yeah, let us know where.
It is on Netflix?
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I might watch that tonight.
We'll have to check that out and review it. Give you a review on that.
Might be, yeah.
I love me some good laughs, some good comedy. Little Dicky's a good freestyler, huh? I love freestyles, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really good, so.
Nice. Like, good how? Like, creative?
Your fat ass. Don't play this joke on me, Mr. Do you know my fat?
we see this one coming. We see this one coming. My fat who? It's almost like a knock joke.
Damn, I gotta try harder. I was hoping he was gonna be like, no, there's an actual rapper named Muffat. It's not my fat, it's Muffat.
Muffat, yeah.
Muffat dick. You don't want to be too fat, because then...
This actually reminds me, I had a job working as a telemarketer when I was 18 years old. And I shit you not, there was a guy that was... his first name was like Balson, last name Chin. Not even fucking kidding you. Not even fucking kidding you. And so I actually got that idea when I seen that. I was like, holy shit, balls on chin. I was like almost laughing when I asked, when I called, I was like, hi, may I please speak to Mr. Balls on Chin? I was like, holy shit. Vincent Young Man. Hungman Low.
Hungman Low. Is he Asian?
Nice.
That's a long name.
Yeah, it is. But
oh wait.
Okay.
Is it low at the end, or are you typing lol like laugh out loud?
Hung Fat. I feel like I've heard that name too. Hung Fat.
Yeah. Is that an Asian name?
Yeah.
Am I being racist? I think it's an Asian name though.
Hung Fat, right? You're just appropriating those names. That's awesome. But it's funny because that job, I used to get pissed after a while, I was really good at that job, but eventually you have those runs of just shitty call lists you're getting, and people would just hang up on you. And so, or if they pissed you off and said something to me, I started getting this wild idea that I would disposition the calls as not answered. And when I did that, I would go all the way to the confirmation section where their information was, and I would disposition the call as not answered, but I would change their name first. So I'd make their first name, if they had a first name Harry, I'd make their last name Balls, or something like that, and then disposition. So the next person that got the call, that would pop up. They'd be like, "Hi, may I please speak to Mr. Harry Balls?" And before they even realize, they've already said it.
Because they're like on autopilot. So
that shit's hilarious because not only that, sometimes I would hear the people in the cubicles next to me get that and say that, and they're like, "Oh shit, he just fucking said it. You got my disposition." It's hilarious. That job was too much fun, dude. Not a good job to have young, immature kids do. That
sounds hilarious. You imagine? What is this Mr. Harry Balls like? Hey, fuck you, man.
Yeah. Is this a joke? It was lots of fun in that regard, man. Mr. Harry, but yeah, I shit you not. I used to always do that. I used to get creative with the names too. But yeah, so we were talking about, man, what else we got to talk about, dude? Let's just skip on to one of my rants, dude.
All right.
Okay, so people, this is like two rants in one. Basically, we can go on and on about drivers and shitty drivers, but this irritates me when people turn on their blinker when they're like 10 feet away from the spot they're actually turning from.
Oh my god.
So you're sitting there waiting for them to go by, and then their blinker goes on, then they turn. It's like, motherfucker, I could have turned a long time ago.
Dude, I had a dude, so I was leaving Safeway, and you know you turn left on the Elm Highway
Yeah.
to come back here?
Yeah.
I had a dude, he's in a fucking Jeep. Fucking asshole.
Oh, the Jeep drivers. Didn't
even use his turn signal. Turn. I threw up my hands. He just looks at me like whatever, and just keeps. And he just took the turn without using his blinker at all, and was like, "I fucking hate you, dude." Especially because that road is like notoriously hard to turn left on. Yeah, so I'm like, you fucking.
That's
asshole.
a bad spot to turn. Yeah.
Oh god.
I hate people like that. They're just so self-absorbed, and that goes back to what I was telling you. It was a few episodes back. I said my suspicion was you can tell a lot about a person by the way they drive. I would say that guy is very fucking self-absorbed. Unless he just legitimately thought the blinker was on, he forgot. But you can usually tell that they are that self-absorbed person.
Yeah. You can tell by the way people drive. We were talking about that.
You can tell a lot about a person by the way they drive.
It's so funny.
You can tell if they're scared. They're scared to take action. You can tell if they're self-absorbed. Yeah, I mean, there's so many elements. I probably don't have to have a conversation with them to know what kind of person they are. I just drive behind them for a while.
Because I've seen some kids fucking driving through fucking Fred Meyer in like one of those fucking like old BMWs or something, like one of those boxy fucking cars with like the really loud mufflers, and they're just revving the fucking engine.
Yeah.
I'm just like, who do you think? I see this fucking funny video. It's like, it was about motorcycle. They're like, what Harley people think people act like when they rev their bikes, and there's like these guys sitting in their house, and all of a sudden they hear like a motorcycle in the background. They like run to the window, they're like, whoa! Hearing this shit. It's like the people that are revving the kids in the stupid little cars, revving their engines. Like, who do you think is like, yeah, dude, sick?
Yeah, right, dude.
Or what girls are you like, ooh, I want to fuck him? Like, what girl do you think want to fuck you because you do that?
Yeah, bro, this is not a fucking Axe commercial. Come on.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious, dude. Yeah, that's funny. You say you like driving by people that act like that and scream they're selfish. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just roll down the window. Selfish. I had this idea that like maybe in the future we're gonna have like windows or something that you can digitally put text on and messages. So you could like drive in front of somebody and you could just, you know, like voice text message type scenario. Just I feel like this would be used for more negative purposes, but it would be hilarious, dude. Like someone cuts you off, so you get in front of them, you know, and they have that screen in the background. You can just say, "You fucking douchebag," and that's all they read.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
A lot of road rage would be pretty much developed from that, I think. But
yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea, but I thought it'd be funny.
That's not $1 million idea, or maybe it is, but it's a terrible $1 million idea. Just morally.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's good stuff, man. Yeah, Ligma permanently on the digital message board would be great, man. But so the blinkers at the last minute is fucking annoying. Here, this is even more annoying. When you let somebody out, right? You slow down, you let someone pull out of like your Safeway scenario, you know, right? They're taking a right turn, right? And you see that, so you slow down, you almost even hold traffic up for them to come out, and they're just like, oh, they turn and they don't give you the friendly fucking wave.
Yeah.
Does that bother you?
Yeah.
That fucking bothers me so much. Those people are self-absorbed too. Like, I have no obligation to hold up traffic and let you out, and you don't give me a fucking like a friendly just thank you. Like, it's like they're entitled. You know what I mean? Like, that's a fucking clear sign of that person claiming entitlement.
Yeah, thanks for joining Yayo Express, man. Hope to hear from you in the future, dude. Thanks for joining.
Dude, yeah. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate the comic relief. And then, yeah, we're here Wednesdays and Saturdays 7 o'clock. So come back, dude. Have some fun, and let's hear what else you got, man. I like your mindset, dude. Take care. Have a great 4th too. Good luck with Twitch. Oh, okay. There you go.
That's right, because he's on Twitch. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I could go on about traffic forever. The people that fucking like drive right in your blind spot and just stay in your blind spot.
Yeah, they just hang out in the fucking blind spot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
It's like it makes me fucking anxious, dude. I'm like, go forward or go back. Do one of the two.
I think the next car I get, this is cool, dude. That fucking rent-a-car I was driving, that Nissan Maxima, they have sensors for that. There's a light that comes on every time they pass in the blind spot. Yeah, that was fucking the best idea ever, dude. Because you can just see it. It's in your view, and so it just turns orange, and you know exactly when people are there.
Yeah, I always just look over my shoulders.
Yeah, well, I do too. But that was nice to just know. Knowing someone's there.
Yeah, I know some people that don't use they don't check their blind spots by manually turning, and I'm like, that's fucking dangerous, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't just trust your mirrors. Absolutely.
Dude, I swear to God, every time I'm like, look in the mirror, every time I'm like, I don't need to check my blind spot. I swear to God, I almost get a wreck every fucking time, dude. Yeah. Like, I don't even, it's like a signal from fucking God or whatever. You know what I mean? Or the universe just being like, check your fucking blind spots, dude.
I have a reverse camera in that new truck, and I still over the shoulder back up. Just because I feel more comfortable with my own eyes rather than just sit there and look at the screen.
Yeah, I don't really like that. It feels so weird to look at that screen.
Yeah, it does. I actually like this other Silverado because it has a beeping a signal, a sensor. So when you it has 2 of them, so it'll go beep when you're a foot away, and then when you get like fucking 6 inches, like beep 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 beep. And so that's a really good idea.
Can't some cars park themselves now or some shit?
The Tesla?
Is it just the Tesla?
Probably.
I mean, that one can drive itself. I was just thinking just parking.
There's a couple other cars now that can do that. Yeah. Dude.
Would you trust them? I was going to say, would you trust a Tesla? Would you drive it?
Fuck no, thing? Dude.
Yeah, I would get a Tesla, but I would drive the fucking thing, myself.
I was out flying my drone the other day, and like, it was so windy out there. It was like doing its own thing too, and it wasn't following the the pre-settings on that, and the flight settings on there. And I was like, it's kind of relative to that, you know what I mean? You gotta trust it, because once you do it, push the button, it just executes the, whether it's a drone or whether it's an orbit shot or whether it's, a cable cam. And it was off. Like, when it came back, it wasn't in the spot it was originally supposed to be in, and I was like, the fuck? It's kind of like that. You can't trust robots. Mechanics.
Yeah, I think it's dangerous.
I think it's dangerous too.
I mean, people are shitty drivers, so that's dangerous as well. But
although that rent-a-car also did something else, I can't remember, but when someone slammed on the brakes, it would also have a sensor that went off. Like,
really? That's cool.
That was cool, actually. Yeah, that car had some really cool features in it, man.
Oh my god, dude! Slamming on the brakes is one of the scariest fucking things.
Yeah, because that also got my attention, because it happened a couple times when I was driving. Because I was driving that thing for a week.
It's been a couple times in the last couple of years where I had to literally swerve into other lanes and shit because people slammed on their brakes.
That's scary when that happens.
It recently happened just this year when I was in my winter quarter. I was driving Shelby home. And it was like we go from 101 to I-5. It's like merging there, and then I was driving, and this person in front of me just like slammed on their brakes in front of me. I just slammed on my brakes. It's a good thing I have good reaction time, man, because I literally slammed on my brakes, looked in my mirrors, and then merged into the lane. And I had to there was not really enough room to merge into this lane, but it was my only option. So luckily the dude was paying attention and kind of slowed down. I mean, there was enough room, but it was pushing it,
Yeah. I'm interested to know what your reaction time is. I actually surprisingly have very good reaction time. Me and Malia were watching this show called Brainchild, and they had this little test where basically you got to sit there and hold the remote, and it has a red screen, and as soon as it turns green, it'll set off a timer.
What'd you get?
I got like 27. 27
milliseconds?
I don't know if it was. Yeah, I think so.
That's like not even humanly possible.
I don't know if it was milliseconds or not then. I'll show you the episode.
The average is like 210.
Well, I'll show you
10
the.
milliseconds.
Okay, no, it wasn't milliseconds then.
Okay.
It wasn't seconds either, though.
Oh, weird.
Tenths of a second?
I don't know.
I think it was tenths of a second.
Okay.
But it was faster than anybody on the show.
Oh, right.
And I was like, oh shit, it was my first try.
Yeah.
Got 27. The average on the show was like 40, 30, something like that. And I was like, oh, I thought because you were telling me how as you get older, your reaction time slows down, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good to know that. I guess my reaction time hasn't dropped severely.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
I guess my reaction time really isn't that quick. Probably the wrong terminology. My reaction time's a little bit under average, actually. But
how do you know, though?
I've done those tests before.
Oh, have you?
But I've done the ones that show milliseconds.
Okay.
The average is like 210. I think I get like 240. So it's like 30 milliseconds slower than average. But
yeah. That's so impressive, though, like, because that episode was talking about your brain and how it works and how when you receive something, it goes through, the neuro, the thing to register to your brain. So the speed in which that your brain works and basically computes that is fucking impressive, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I guess really what I meant is I'm just good at being aware and then also being able to think in stressful situations. So like when the car slammed on its brake, I didn't just like freeze up, you know what I mean? Like freak out, I like looked in the mirrors and made the correct move, and like a lot of people can't do that usually. That's why I was good at sports, really, I think, is because when I was like in adrenaline moments, I can like really focus.
Yeah. That's actually really good that's a good quality to have, man. I also am the same way. I have a very good understanding of my surroundings.
I always really surprise myself when I do shit like that. I'm like, how the fuck did I do that? Because I just like, my brain just automatically does what it needs to do.
Yeah, I think a lot of people lack that. I think on average, probably. Yeah. I don't know what the statistics are on that, but I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to me not too long ago too. There was like a backup on the road, and this guy fucking swerved to get around a semi, and he didn't even look in the fucking lane next to me. Thank God I was looking. I fucking had to swerve a little bit, but I did the same thing. I had to look over and swerve at the same time.
Same exact scenario.
Exactly. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Does it seem like things go in slow motion when you get that adrenaline kind of thing going there?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Absolutely.
You're like, boom.
It's like, oh man, when I hit a deer last year, or it was probably the year before, I think, that was insane. I nailed a deer, direct hit. It jumped out and landed and was getting ready to pounce again, you know what I mean? So it did this jump, and right where it landed was directly in front of my truck. So, and I didn't have, it was raining, I was going 50, there was no time to stop. Like, he landed right in front of me, and so all I could do was reduce the speed as much as possible, but still direct hit. But when I hit him, it was just like the Matrix, dude. And like I was looking at him the whole time. He was spinning, and I could see his facial expression as he was spinning in the ditch.
Yeah.
It was sad, dude. It was completely sad. I seen his face, like, like, like it was.
I feel bad for laughing. But...
It was fucked up, dude. He died too. Yeah, I had to die.
Did you stop?
No, I did not. Well, I was right by her grandparents' house, which is where I was going, and so I just went there instead and told them, like, hey, I just hit a fucking deer, man. And I wanted to check the truck and all that stuff, and they went back to check on it, and everybody heard it, and the deer was still in the ditch, dying. So they actually ended up killing it, and I didn't want to be part of that.
Yeah.
Guess could have been, but
hey, it's not necessary. They're already gonna do it.
If they were already gonna do it.
It's like you don't need a whole party of people to go watch this deer get put down.
Yeah, I think he ate the deer too and cut it up and all that shit. That's probably the only time it's acceptable.
That's all right.
That's the only time I would ever. I still wouldn't encourage it because it's bad for your health. Yeah. But if you absolutely think that you need the nutrients from an animal, I guess that's the only time it's acceptable, is if you accidentally kill something. It was sad though, dude. Like I said, it was slow motion. I could see his facial expressions as he was barreling over from the ditch.
It's just weird, huh?
Whoa, dude. Yeah, it was super weird. It was dark too, so I seen it. All my lights were lighting him up, so it's just like you said, man, slow motion.
Yeah, it's so strange. It's weird. Your brain is super cool that it can do shit like that.
Yeah, it is. That is crazy how that happens. Have you, it's funny, I was just talking to somebody about this today. Super dangerous. Have you ever driven tired?
Yeah.
You almost been close to wrecking on that? When
I don't know if I've been close to wrecking.
Like
but
nodding
I've
nodded off ever?
maybe a little bit. I usually like roll the windows down and shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
trying to like do that number and shit. Like forcing your eyes to like
Just get
concentrating on keeping your eyes open and shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking yeah. They say driving tired is more dangerous than driving drunk.
Yes. Yeah. I was just talking to somebody about this today. I've, as you know, I fucking wrecked my truck a couple years ago. Well, it's been 3 years now. But yeah, dude, that was very scary. I was coming back from a show in Seattle, like 2 a.m. I was running on 3 hours of sleep because I was pruning my weed setup all the night before for hours. And like growing weed is such a fucking task, man.
Yeah.
You gotta put so much hours in that shit and maintaining that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I did, and I seriously had 3 hours of sleep all the time. I used to work myself hard. And so yeah, did that. Next day played a show in Seattle, came back, and on the way back I had to go all the way to Shelton. So from Shelton to Seattle to Shelton,
Yeah,
2 in the morning,
an hour and 45 minutes or whatever.
yeah. I was tired the whole time, but it wasn't until when I got to Shelton and got to the railroad exit, which you know what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
from there to Mike's house was not that much further, you know. It's
Yeah.
5 to 7 miles, maybe something like that.
It's still kind of a long drive.
It's a long drive, but I had already went from Seattle to there, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit, I'm almost here already. So, but as I was getting off the exit, that was the only time in my life I've ever felt like pulling over and sleeping. I was like, I'm so tired. I could just literally pull over and fall asleep right now.
Yeah.
And I ignored that thought. And I was like, I'm almost here, man. I'm just like 5 miles of the road. I was like, I'll just keep going. And yeah, that was one of the worst choices to make, because as I was going around a bend
Mm-hmm.
is when I nodded off. And I nodded off, and I woke up as my truck was off the road, you know, getting rough. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and I woke up, found myself off the road. Instinct was to whip it back on the road, overcorrected, and, you know, just shot and 180'd it, went across the road and slammed into the ditch. And yeah, fucked myself up a little bit and fucked up the truck, and the toolbox flew out. I had like 4 pounds of weed on me, and it was just a huge fucking scary stress too, because I was like, oh my god. I was like, what do I do? And so I was worried about the weed for some reason. It was still illegal to have that much weed on you,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's legalized. And so I got out, grabbed the weed, was trying to throw it in the bushes. It was in the toolbox, which was locked. So I'm struggling to fucking unlock the tool. First, I went to look for the toolbox.
That's so close to like the police academy and
Yeah.
the prison and shit too.
Exactly, dude. And so I go to look at the toolbox, and it's not in the truck. And I was like, what the fuck? Look over, and it flew out of the truck, and I was on the side upside down. And so I'm like, oh my god. I had to take my keys, unlock it, scurry, get that. And I did get it out, but as I was going up the hill to throw it into these bushes, the cop rolled up. Literally see me do it, and he was like, hold it right there. What was that? What was that? And like literally as I was throwing it, I was like, oh great. And so he was like, just stand right there for me. And then he you know, he's just questioning me. He was like, you know, what was that you threw in there? You know, I was like, I didn't answer him for a while, and then backup cop came, and he was like, he threw something in the bushes up there. And then he got out and he went and looked for it, found it, came back, and opened it up, found out that it was 4 pounds of weed. And he was like, why are you you know, why are you running and hiding this? He's like, you know, don't you know weed's legal? And I was like, yeah, I don't know, it's just instinct, you know. I worked really hard for that, and I didn't want it to get confiscated, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, that's my money, and, you know, that's how I make a living. And yeah, he was like, yeah, you know, as long as it's not heroin, dude, we don't really give a shit. And he yeah, they say straight up,
like a little bit for me.
they didn't breathalyze me. They're actually pretty decent about that. They realized I just got in a wreck, you know, and my collarbone was hurt, my fucking side was hurt a little bit because I slammed into the door. And they were just like, you all right? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I think he's like, yeah, you got anybody to call? And I was like, yeah. And I called Mike. And I literally just sat there on my bucket of 4 pounds of weed while I waited for Mike, and they were just right there.
That's so strange.
It was such a weird fucking scenario.
That's a good example of having a good experience with cops, though, huh?
Yeah, that was a good experience, yeah. And they gave me a bunch of, they gave me some tickets. They were like, driving, what did they give me? I don't even remember the ticket. It was not very much, it was a couple $100s and something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, this is pretty good considering we're not charging you for the weed, and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, no, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I kind of sidetracked, but I that whole scenario I thought was pretty funny to explain because it was very nerve wracking. You know what I mean? Because I did work my ass off for that weed, and that was my income. If they would have taken it, I would have been in a huge fucking pile of shit.
Yeah.
But I almost died. The point of that was I almost died, and then later on I looked into driving. I was like just Googling stuff, people driving and while they're tired, and a lot of people die that way. They'll just nod off and go on to the cross traffic and just head on into a semi or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. People don't even know what happened. There's no explanation, no alcohol in the system. That's what happened.
Yeah. It's that's scary, but you probably found this out, but you can fall asleep with your eyes open while you're driving and not even realize it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's basically like you're like basically dozing off while you're still looking. You won't even realize that you fell asleep.
Oh yeah, I guess I have done that before too. Just getting deep in thought too can be dangerous even. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just getting deep in thought and not really focusing on your surroundings and what you should be focusing on.
Yeah.
It's pretty dangerous enough. But yeah, I guess the real reason I did bring that up is because if anybody's has had this experience where they've driven while they're tired and nodding off and shit, which I think we all probably have at some point maybe.
I fucking hate it.
Man, if you ever have that thought like I did where your body's saying pull over and sleep, fucking do it. Just do it. If I ever have that thought again, I'm doing it. I don't give a shit how close I am to anywhere. That was terrifying, man. I lost my truck, just about lost my life. Created a lot of problems for me. So the sad part is I just about paid that truck off. I was making payments on that truck. I had $600 left. One more, a couple more payments or whatever. And that thing was paid off.
Yeah, you still had to pay those too.
Yeah, I still had to pay that, but I almost paid it off and then I wrecked it. So I had to get another truck with new payments. So it's kind of funny that how things work, man. I was like looking forward to that. I was like, finally no payments. And then I fucking wrecked it. It's like, wow, dude. But things happen for a reason, I got a better truck after that, got a nicer truck, and now I got an even nicer truck, and I still have that truck. So
yeah,
things happen for a reason. You learn. But that was a scary scenario. But yeah, just a little bit of advice: please don't drive while you're really tired, and if you are, pull over and sleep if your body's telling you to do that. It's worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're kind of winding down.
Do we have anything else, or we want to just call it good here?
Not really. Yeah, we can pretty much wrap this up. We got a lot of stuff we got to look into. And then stay tuned. We're gonna put a post up of our next guest, and so real excited for that coming up in a couple weeks. I can hear a bunch of fireworks going off around, so that means it's getting around to that time. Yeah,
I'm so tired. I'm gonna go fucking fall asleep. I'm like, whatever.
And then me and my daughter, we're gonna go watch some fireworks. I'm gonna go let her get some sparklers and let her play with some stuff. So kind of looking forward to that. Just hanging out and seeing some old friends too, old family. So have a safe and fun 4th of July, and come back here Wednesday or Saturday to join the podcast. We appreciate everybody who joined us too and chimed in. That's real cool stuff.
Yeah, it was fun.
So keep it coming. We enjoy your company. We enjoy the conversations. Where can they find us one more time? Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can find the audio there. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram for updates. And then you can watch the live streams on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. 7 p.m. Wednesday and Saturday. Very nice, very nice. And I don't know what was up with that audio. clip, but to the guys on Spotify or anybody listening to that, it's going to seem really weird. Just a blank spot.
Silence.
They're gonna be like checking their device. What just happened?
Yeah.
But yeah. So apologies for that. Glad you guys stuck through us, and thanks for letting us know on the technical difficulties as well. So we appreciate that. But yeah, once again, have a fantastic 4th of July. We shall see you Wednesday at 7:00. Take care and keep it viral.
Keep it contagious.
Later.
Deuces.